Alex in the KSI Press. I'm with Alex Polizzi, who returns to action next Saturday at Bellator 276. How are you?
Doing great, just wrapping up the end of camp and getting ready and excited to go fly out to St. Louis.
Awesome, man. You're 6 days out. How are you feeling?
Feeling real good. Weights never usually a problem, so I'm able to just kind of focus on training and polishing up those things that we've been working in camp and making sure that we're staying sharp, staying hungry.
So you trained at Xtreme Couture this camp?
Actually, I've gone a little bit more extreme than that. We've made the move out here. I'm living in Las Vegas. The weather's a lot nicer. the weather's a lot nicer, and it's not just training at Xtreme, but being able to have the resources of a fight town like Vegas is just awesome. And there's always good training partners coming in and out, and lots of guys in the know, as well as, it's even come down to different things. Like I got a new primary care doctor, and I'm like, hey, every once in a while I'm going to come in and need a blood test in like 4 weeks and an eye test in like 4 weeks. And they're like, oh yeah, we do that with fighters all the time. And it's just, it's different, and it makes things a lot easier.
So, I mean, what was the big reason that prompted the move to Xtreme Couture?
We were looking for a move out of the Midwest in general, but tried a couple gyms out here, and Xtreme Couture, I mean, gym of the year for 20. I mean, come on. If you're already living here, you might as well just go to Xtreme Couture. Don't try to test your water somewhere else, because that's if you want to train with the best guys and you want to get the best training experience, Xtreme Couture is the place.
And I saw you taking a picture with Hamzat Shemaev and Sean Strickland. How did you get a chance to train with either of them?
Yeah, actually, we were doing some early morning some wrestling at the PI. Sean likes to go and get kind of personal there and really bring the tough sessions on. And we were going, and then probably around the end of our training session, Kamzat comes in and he's like, hey, you guys training? And we're like, yeah, man, hop in here. So we got a couple wrestling rounds in and got a little sweaty and took a picture. And it's that's what I'm saying though about making the move out to Vegas. You never know, like, who's just gonna come in and help out for your camp. And I mean, I've been training a lot with Sean and plenty other, too many guys to name, Xtreme, and it's just it's been awesome being able to work my skills and gain new skills from those guys, as well as polish up my own stuff. So
I was wrestling with Hamzat.
Kamzat has he's very good, and everybody knows that. But it's a really different style than what you're used to with especially NCAA folk style wrestling. It's a lot more straight-legged, I guess to say. You see a lot of international guys, especially so some of those international wrestlers, Eastern European guys, Russian guys, straight legs. It's not so much about the sprawl as is about like, okay, grab my leg. Now I'm going to do some other stuff. Now I'm going to work this to my advantage. It's tough for me to say, I mean, I know everyone's looking like, well, you win or whatever. He had a 12-hour flight the night before. We were at the end of our rounds. We were just kind of bagging on each other, but it's going to be awesome having him around. And if he wants to stop by some more Xtreme and get some work in, love to have him. And, the only thing that's going to happen is we're just going to make each other better.
Right. That's right. And then of course, Strickland, he's known for his insanity with sparring. You don't have to give me who got the better, but how was sparring with that madman?
again, it's always a blast, and like I said, it's just a different vibe when everybody around you's going for the same thing. Everyone wants to be at the top of the hill, and we're all pushing and scrapping. And at the end of the day, it's a good time. With Strickland, when I actually moved here, I came in and he was getting ready for his match against Jack Hermanson, and he saw my ears the first day. He's like, "You look big. You a wrestler?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he's like, I need to train with you. I need to work my wrestling. Let's go." And so I was able to help him out. He's really good. I mean, he sells himself short, but he's a really good defensive wrestler. We worked a lot on that, and at the same time, you know, I remember specifically one of the days he said, "Hey, you know, this wrestling work that you're giving me, I really appreciate it. I'm willing to like give you some cash, you know, for these sessions that you're giving me, these extra tips and stuff." And I said, "You know, I'm out here for the long haul. I'll teach you how to wrestle real well. You teach me some of that Strickland boxing, some of that striking, and we'll call it even."
That's right. That's right, man. That's awesome. I haven't talked to you since your last win over Grant Neal, man. You took his O. How do you feel about that performance?
You know, split decision it never sits right with me. You know, you never really want to let it go to that far, but it's tough with a guy like Grant who's so good, and our styles and even our kind of builds are real similar. We're both kind of on the shorter end, stocky. Really like to smash into the other guy and keep that pressure on. We got it out this time, but looking back, watching the film, we got to make sure that we're staying more active. We got to make sure that we're not coming straight into stuff. There's a couple of takedowns there where it's like, come on, man, you just gave it to him. But at the end of the day, you got to use that wrestling to do damage, and we got to make sure that even when we're doing cool big crotch lifts at the end of the round, that we're staying on top of them till the end of the round, and we got to make sure that we're keeping good position and using that wrestling to enhance our striking, and the striking to enhance the wrestling, which is something that I've always been working on and just accentuated with the Neal fight. So.
Gotcha. So you're fighting Jose. Were you disappointed that you didn't get a ranked opponent?
You know, we can talk the rankings and stuff all day, and anyone who's interview with me, I'm just happy to be back there, man. I'm excited to be back in the ring. I know it's cool, and I guess there's more stuff to fighting ranked opponents and being on the main card and all that, but you know, at the end of the day, they're paying me money to punch people. They're paying me money to try to hurt this guy. I'm like, there's nothing better than that.
Totally, bro. Totally. I totally understand what you're saying. I know after before your last fight, you were looking for a new contract. Did you get one?
Yeah. Bellator came back. This is going to be the first of another 4-fight contract with Bellator. As a company, they've been treating me really well. And, you know, they picked me up. Right. Actually, it's funny, you know, I was doing the Facebook memory thing, and I just came up 2 years ago. Congrats to LFA champion for signing with Bellator. And, you know, I've been with them 2 years. The first year, you know, we had some stuff going on in the US and around the world, but, I've really enjoyed what they've been able to do with me and with my career moving forward. And you know, I really enjoy fighting for them, and I hope that this can continue for a bit.
Awesome, man. Awesome. How do you like the matchup with Jose?
I think I've said that you know, matchups, I'm kind of loath to watch other people's video, and every time I say it, it sounds disrespectful. Like I don't, but I'm really focused on what I'm bringing to the table. Jose's going to do what Jose's going to do. And he's coming in the same idea as I am. You know, he wants to come, he wants to hurt me. He wants to do whatever, but I'm, you know, if I focus too much on his game plan, I start to lose sight of my own. So really, I'm kind of in the dark about it. I'm bringing what I've always been bringing, which is big pressure. And no matter what, even if it's a goofy wrestling position, or I snake my way underneath some legs and out between, I'm always looking to deal some damage. I'm always looking to put the pressure on, and at the end of the day, get my hand raised.
Do you watch much film on your opponents, or is that what you pay the coaches for?
That's kind of a coach thing for me. I let them watch the film, and they've done a really good job with me about, you know, guiding me on what I need to work on, and not so much like, you got to watch out for this thing, or you got to watch out for X from Jose, or you got to watch out for Z from Grant. It's more about filling in the holes in my own game plan. And, you know, I've said it before about in comparing it to wrestling careers. You know, it's nice to be able to do 1,000 different moves or whatever, but the really good guys, they do 3 moves and they can do them to everybody. And you know, that's kind of where I'm trying to be for my MMA. You know, if I can make my game plan work on everybody with just little switches in there, then I don't need to watch other guys film, and I don't need to you know, switch up the way I fight each fight. I'm coming out there and imposing my battle plan.
Gotcha. When moving to Xtreme Couture, which coach have you been working with the most, and who's going to be in your corner?
So I still have my coaches from my old gym at Chosen Few that are going to be cornering me. Just with the timeline and things working out, you know, staying busy at Xtreme. But Coach Eric is there, and of course Coach Davis. Both been helping me out when they can, doing some stuff. But, you know, I got there, and the first thing that was happening was, you know, the Ngannou's fight is coming up, and it's like, okay, they're focusing on that. And then it's, you know, Strickland's up, and then so I mean, it's real busy, and they're a few guys, and they're trying to do their best. But again, like I said, the responsibility of learning the stuff and of focusing the game plan isn't solely on them. Everybody at Xtreme is a pro in their own right, and brings their own stuff to the table. So even if it's little hints from other fighters that are helping me out, or you know, advice on where to go to the doc, or advice on, you know, how to best break up your training. Everybody's got valuable input, and it's nice having a gym where, you know, everybody can kind of bring that stuff to the table, and it's not just like, oh, okay, here's the one guy you got to see, you know.
Gotcha. So how does the fight play out next Saturday, and do you have a prediction?
You know, I'm hoping that again, I'm bringing my game plan. If anyone has watched me fight before, you know that I'm coming forward. I'm taking hold of the center of the mat. I'm pushing into my opponent. I like to stay close. We're going to stay close. We're going to work that dirty boxing. We're going to work striking into wrestling into striking. And when we're on top of people, I've said it with my coaches before, I'm not there to be on top. I'm there to look for that finish, to find that arm, or to find that leg that's out in the open, and snatch it up. I know that we're, you know, that it's not always going to be out there, so we need to maybe pepper in a bunch of blows. But if anyone's looking for a prediction, I think it's going to be a match where we're both on each other. It's going to be close. I don't imagine it's going to be very technical boxing wise. as much as I've been working the striking, we're still getting to Mayweather level. So give me a little bit longer for that. But gonna be some wrestling. It's gonna be dirty. It's gonna be gritty. And you know, if all things go my way, we're gonna see it end sooner than later with me getting my hand raised.
Do you have an idea of what tattoos you're gonna put on next Saturday?
You keep trying to get this. You're gonna have to tune in. That's part of it. Why else are you watching weigh-ins except to say, hey, I think Polizzi got some new ones.
That's I mean, that's like, other than your fight, I mean, that's like the one thing that everyone's looking forward to. What fucking tattoos you're gonna put on?
Yeah. You know, I got to keep things interesting because, you know, and that's the other thing. People are always like, hey, what are your predictions and who you want to fight next? I don't have that. You want to know what I do have? I got these cool tats. Come check them out.
That's right, man. That's right. Last thing for me, what do you want your 2022 to look like?
2022, you know, we've been off for a bit since the Neal fight. Now getting this fight in March. You know, hopefully all things go the way I want. We'll be hitting up the ring again. You know, it's March, about end of spring. Hopefully we'll get into summer. Hopefully we get into fall. You know, making sure that we're pushing that pace, and keep working our way. Keep giving you guys good shows, and plenty of violence to watch. I know that there's a lot of talk about, you know, who's next and whatnot, but I'm sitting here in the rankings, and I know that the light heavyweight Grand Prix is finishing up. So if I get the chance to start moving up, great. But if Bellator just keeps paying me to fight whoever wants to come and step up, they're gonna get some violence, maybe a crotch lift or two.
Gotcha. Thank you so much for your time, Alex, and I really appreciate it. If you want to plug your social media, plug any sponsors you got, the floor is yours.
Social media, you know, always hit me up. Look up Easy Polizzi. Stay away from Alex Polizzi. That's a hotel inspector in the UK who's way more famous than I am. I mean, if you're into that, check her out. But if you're looking for fighting, you're not going to get it out of the other Alex Polizzi. And then sponsors, I got to give a big shout out to Vortex Optics, helping me out with this camp, J&J Home Inspections, the Remax team, Remax Ignite in Beloit, Mickey Magnum, J&R Construction. We just got all sorts of people helping me out. The owner and one of my earliest fans from the Rock Bar and Grill in Beloit is coming out. Any of my fans that are back in the state line area, Wisconsin, Illinois area, I know that St. Louis, if you can't quite make it out there or decide that St. Louis isn't worth it to go to, you can always find Bellator 276. It'll be on Showtime. I think the prelim card will be for free on YouTube, so make sure you're checking that out. I know that I've had some other people that have said, you know, I've got stuff going on. That's the cool thing about the internet. Just search it up on YouTube on your phone and put it under the table or wherever you're at. Trust me, it'll be a good time. Whatever you're at, I'm sure is great, but my thing's gonna be cool, and it'll take a little bit of time, a little bit of your attention on your phone, get some violence, just what everybody needs for the weekend.